the main event fighters. First, fighting out of the knockouts, haircuts from in the red corner. From the compound training center of Littleton, Colorado, please welcome Josh the Hellboy Huber. And fighting out of the last compound blue corner. From Jackson's MMA in Alamosa, Colorado, Yomi Heredia. Professional lightweight bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Referees Curtis Strachey.
Our main event this evening, a professional 155-pound lightweight bout. We have Yomi Heredia wearing the blue trunks facing off against Josh Huber wearing the red trunks. Mr. Huber represents the compound. Mr. Heredia represents Jackson's MMA, Alamosa. Referee Curtis Thrasher, third in the cage. Huber comes out with the low stance. Heredia flashes the jab. Both these guys very well versed no matter where this fight takes place. Great in the scramble. Both of them just super tough. Seem like guys that you could hit with a hammer and they wouldn't be bothered by it one little bit. And both very technical with their striking.
So true. Both these guys just, I mean, you know, Josh Huber is one of those guys that literally has this place on fire every time. Yomi Heredia, no different. So this one should be exciting as all get out.
Huber trying to come over the top with the right hand. Heredia read it nicely. Heredia going for the jumping knee strike in tight. Don't see that shot very often utilized in that close.
Very nice inside hook that was just thrown by Josh Huber that kind of surprised, I guess you could say, Yomi Heredia.
And Heredia keeping that left hand very high.
And I see the difference in Yomi and Brandon as being Yomi's got just a little bit crisper boxing, a lot more technical, and a little bit more, what's the word, textbook, right? I mean, not as loose. Is that, you with me?
Sure, okay. I'll go with that.
All right, great.
Use your words, Ron.
Thank you.
Off of his back, Huber has both feet on hips now. See if he tries to push Heredia away. No, goes for the omoplata. Ooh. Interesting choice. Good job, going to turn it over, at least get a better position. And as I say that, it's Heredia that goes for the inverted triangle.
Wow.
What a wonderful transition by Heredia, and he has the figure 4 footlock position should he try to go to it as well. But no, he's just going to try to sit up here, see if he can grab the head of Huber and close this off a little more. Huber's in a tough spot, but Heredia really working to crank this choke. And Huber signals to the referee that he's okay.
And I think Huber's got a little nick over his left eye, if I'm not mistaken.
He does. He pawed at that a little bit earlier, trying to check it to see if it was bleeding after a punch by Heredia. And Huber going to try to work his way out of it here. Heredia, let's see if he comes around and goes to basically face Huber, put chest on back, and he does. But as he does, the feet pop loose. Great tenacity by Huber.
Yeah, that is really one of the underlying themes of Josh Huber in every fight he's in. This kid is tenacious.
Corner of Huber saying there's knees available from there. Of course, you can't knee to the head of a grounded opponent. And Huber now could start going with some left knees to the body. Heredia aware of that. Reaches through, grabs the leg, trying to shut down some of that attack as well as improve position here. See what Huber does. See if he tries to sink the hooks here.
You know, we kind of pegged this fight as being one of two options, being a real barn burner or being a really technical fight. And we're seeing the technical fight here.
Huber had an arm around the neck of Heredia, let it go in favor of trying to improve his position. See if that pays off for him. Looking to sink the second hook, and he has it. Heredia, however, very calm here. Shoulders to the mat. Nice job by Heredia immediately. Heredia going to try to turn over, come out on top, but Huber snakes his left leg around. Great leg work by the compound fighter, Josh Huber.
I just love watching both of these guys fight. They're fantastic fighters to watch. Never know what you're going to get when you see them fight.
Heredia back to standing. Huber, nice timing on that knee.
Yeah, perfect.
Boom shakalaka.
Wow.
That was a little bit on the head there. Not exactly a spike, so the referee didn't call it that way, but boy, that was something that has to take a little bit out of the vigor of Heredia.
Some great strength shown by Josh Huber. I mean, wow, effortlessly picked him up. Oh, and that's tight.
Power guillotine. Huber trying to crank with his right hand, wants to push it through, and you can see Huber's legs shaking with everything he's trying to put into this. Heredia remains calm, knows that the position wasn't there. Huber scrambles to improve things.
I'll tell you right now, I'm seeing such drastic improvements in Josh Huber's hips today, and the way that he's literally just maneuvering around in the top position and just doing it effortlessly today. A whole different side of him than we've seen.
Heredia, nice job trying to sit through with the leg loop, but it didn't get him the position that he wanted. 10-second clacker sounded. Huber's going to try to ride the back here, but Heredia comes up swinging.
Woo. What a fight. What a fight.
Proudly confused electronics, mobile phones, and all the equipment. It's not direct sale.
Second round just about to begin here.
Referee Curtis Thrasher calls the fighters to the center, and our main event goes into round number 2. Heredia flashed the punch, turned it into a head kick. Huber, seen that in the gym a few times, calmly blocks it with the left, and a beautiful inside leg kick by Heredia.
He wound up that kick. Oh!
And a glancing head kick. That one skipped off the dome of Huber.
Oh, and this fight's heating up, JR.
Guys looking to bite down on their mouthpieces.
Yes, sir.
Now. This is what I expected.
2 smiles.
These are 2 guys that just love to be in this position. And each of them, I know, is happy with this matchup. And Huber, I think, bleeding from that head kick now.
Yeah.
Both these guys really happy with this matchup, knowing they were going to be in a barn burner.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a Josh Huber fight if it wasn't a blood and guts fight.
And Heredia, a late replacement for this fight, and a lot of people stating that it probably made for a better main event than what might have happened otherwise. So we see it as he comes forward swinging.
Very, very calculated and measured efforts right now from both of these guys. We're seeing a very much of a lack of being willing to kind of throw caution to the wind right now.
Yeah, Yomi has had a tendency to do that at times, just bite down on the mouthpiece and pressure forward. Damn be the consequences. And now we see a little more technical, or rather a lot more technical, more measured striking.
That's right.
And I like it. I think it shows a good evolution to his game.
100% agree with that. We've been kind of waiting for that, you know?
Huber with the Superman punch. And I laughed because as Heredia backed up, I looked at his gloves, and knuckles of both gloves covered with blood.
I like the way that Yomi's mixing things up right now with strikes and kicks.
Heredia trying to run the pipe here, goes head on the outside. Huber, nice turn. Great job of bringing his left foot back in order to defend. But Heredia able to put it on the ground. Huber, however, has good hand position. See what he's able to do. Cannot capitalize because of Heredia just driving forward. Ran out of real estate for the drive, though, did Heredia, as Huber has his back against the cage. Good shots by Huber here. Those are landing tough.
Heredia's got to escape.
Doing a good job of pressuring forward, staying tight, not giving Huber a lot of room for strikes, but that little room that is available, Huber's taking advantage of it.
Huber, such a savvy veteran.
Now Heredia, better position with his hands clasped. That's going to give him more control over the hips of Huber. That's exactly what he wanted. Problem with that is you got both hands tied up and trying to get the position and unable to defend. Huber takes advantage, lands a couple of hammer fists to the ear of Heredia.
And Heredia needs to strike right now. This is kind of where the game can change here at any given moment. And he's got to stay relevant in the judge's eyes, and he's got to do that with strikes right now, effective strikes.
Huber wrapping up the Kimura position. He'll try to use it to stand, does exactly that. Now it's back to being a battle for position on standing, see who can try to go for the takedown here. And their hands and wrists in there just look like a bowl of tangled spaghetti.
I'm hungry, man. Wish you wouldn't have said that.
Huber just sits down looking to drag this fight to the ground. Oh, nice punch for Heredia. 2-3 come in now. Another scramble. Boy, both these guys just really putting in the work here this afternoon.
Absolutely. They always do. This is exactly what we expect out of these guys. Oh, and a nice,
little John Jones elbow action there for Heredia. Huber momentarily leaves his back against the cage, then he circles out. 10-second clacker. I think we're going to get treated to a third. Good head kick by Huber to end the round.
Sparta Combat League makes the last contact. Great food, great prices in your home for all UFC fights. Also the sponsor of the Ring Card Girls today and the official after party immediately after the fight. The last contender.
Featuring Josh Huber taking on Yomi Heredia. 155-pound clash. Third and final round, and JR, tell us what's going on.
Huber going to probably try to look to press the pace here in the third. He always comes in outstanding condition. In his own words, he has a tendency to start fights a little bit slow, but he always has the energy to finish strong. Heredia surprising me with how calm he's staying in this fight and not just slinging wild punches looking for the knockout, showing that he's the tougher of the two.
Much more calculated effort from Yomi Heredia than we normally see.
Yeah, a very nicely evolved game.
And again, you know, he's dealing with a monster in Josh Huber. I mean, this is no easy task.
And Huber needs to take advantage here with Heredia having his back against the cage, and he lost the opportunity. See if he tries to capitalize now. Nice left hook to close the distance by Huber. Doesn't stay in the pocket to trade.
Here's where it gets crazy. Boom.
Heredia looking like he's going to a bit of a counter-striking game here in the third. I wouldn't think that would be because of conditioning. He always comes into the fights in great shape.
Yeah. Both of these guys, really. You know, we referenced it earlier, and I'm surprised, too, that, you know, I mean, you know what we're seeing? We're seeing a lot of respect for each other out of these two combatants, because Josh Huber is a guy that is, that's a good left hook that just landed from Josh Huber.
Yeah, bloodied up the nose of Heredia almost immediately.
And Huber's starting to really dial it in.
Leg kicks paying off for Huber now. Corner Huber telling them they want him to go low then high. Signaling it with their hands so Heredia didn't hear the instructions, and another good left hand by Huber.
Nice inside tight left right there by Josh Huber. Landing. Yomi Heredia is, he's going to need to finish.
Corner Huber calling for a big kick here, and I agree with that. If Heredia is going to be willing to stand with his back against the cage, you have to take advantage of that moment.
And for Heredia, he's got to keep those knees moving and finish that takedown just like almost that. Nice job by Huber.
Huber wanted to spin out, but Heredia, good job holding on to that ankle. From here, Huber doesn't have a ton of striking options. Obviously, it's a position where he can take a couple of deep breaths, but there's not a lot open for him to punish with his strikes from the top position. So
yeah, that's right.
Good job by Heredia keeping himself safe. Now Heredia hunting the far ankle for a pick and to see if he can rip Huber off the cage.
You know, and at the same time, a really nice job by Josh Huber of keeping himself safe with the kind of leg attack that was going on by Yomi Heredia right there.
Body lock for Heredia momentarily, gave it up. Huber positioning in his hips, far back. Pretty late in the fight for Heredia to want to be in this position where he's going to have to expend a ton of energy to make happen what he wants to.
Interesting fight. Very technical fight. Both these guys locked up there, and now I think it's becoming, the game where you don't want to make the mistake.
Agreed. Huber working his dirty boxing here. Heredia trying for the takedowns. Huber, as we talked about, good job keeping his hips down and back. Just wanted to sit out for the lateral drop. Did Heredia. Huber felt it coming, able to collapse on top of his opponent. Now he enjoys dominant position. Going to try to open up the guard of Heredia is Huber. Momentarily had the instep of his foot on the leg. Wanted to try to ply the legs open, see if he could go to full mount. Heredia, of course, wise to that. Now head and arm position for Huber momentarily. Heredia gets the hips and shoulders back.
Woo! Jeez. Josh Huber showing you could see he's been working on some wrestling and some grappling lately because those hips are world class right now.
See if he gets a belly-to-back suplex to end the fight. The 10-second clacker sounded. And there's the bell. We'll take it to the judges for a main event.
Wow. Big fight, big finish. Both these guys, great combatants.
Be sure to join us tonight for the official Spot Combat League in Active Party. And after the last call, to join us for the official Sparta Combat League After Party Last Call Tavern. It happens right when we're done here. And if you're going to move to some country music tonight, Grizzly Rose has Love and Theft on stage tonight. You can still get tickets to the box office here at Grizzly Rose. After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge McEvo scores about 30-27. Judge Mann 29-28. Judge Fayes 29-28. Declaring your winner by unanimous decision. Josh, it's got to be tough. I know you changed your opponents here in the last week or so. It's got to be tough on you.
Yeah, I got to take Yomi. It's all just stepping up on 5 days' notice, and I knew it was going to be tough. I said it'd be bloody, right?
Absolutely.
Incredible fighter. He really pushed me after we got going on the road.
What's next then?
We're out to keep fights and not tables. I don't turn down anyway, so anybody wants to throw down, just let me know.
Before everybody gets out of here,